feel lonely by your side in the middle of the night. I feel lonely by your side in the middle of the light. I'm standing in the dark. I'm listening to you, and all I feel is love. Aggressive vibes consuming me. I'm falling just for you. It's all I get. 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 So consume me. I feel lonely by your side in the middle of the night. I feel lonely by your side in the middle of the light. I'm standing in the dark. I'm listening to you, and all I feel is love. Aggressive vibes consuming me. I'm falling just for you. It's all I get. 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 So consume me.
There we go. Good evening. Happy Tuesday. Again, Cosmic Squares coming up this Saturday, 9 p.m. UTC, 5 p.m. Eastern. Good evening, Tin Man. Trek, how you doing tonight? Grinding the game as usual. I definitely understand. I expect to do a little bit of grinding myself. Long day at work. I hear you there. Today and yesterday, the workday's gone ridiculously quick. And it's been easy to lose heavy track of what's going on. And his community mod keeps breaking. I had some issues with the updated one. So my game did a weird thing. Let's go to full screen for this one. So my game did a weird thing. So I didn't do the update after the beginning of the month. I did the one for the Arc launch. And I didn't take the first update, and then I didn't take the second update. And then I know that NetNiv's community mod, they had made a couple patches for it. And so I finally did the update on Saturday, I think. So to be to the second one. And my game worked perfectly fine. And then on Sunday morning when I loaded into the game, it wouldn't. No, that was yesterday. Yesterday when I tried loading into the game, it would stop at 20%. So I downloaded the new patch. It must have been Sunday that it did that. Downloaded the new patch. And I ran the game just fine. And then I went in the next day and it wouldn't even launch. So then I went back to the alpha update from December. And it's been working fine since. I haven't touched my game install at all. So the way that I have it right now, I have the game updated and I'm running the alpha patch from December. The 1.1, I believe it's 1.1 patch. That's what's working in my configuration currently. Or 6.1.10. That's what I have currently working. All of my Zoom stuff seems to be working fine. All of the Box Club syncing seems to still be working fine. I think the biggest problem might have been with their first patch. And whatever they did for their second hot patch may have reversed whatever broke the mod with the first one. That's my theory. I haven't had anybody verify it. That's just how things are working for me. So it's possibly worth trying. I haven't seen anything that said that they suggested going back to it or that anything fixed anything or didn't fix something, but so I got fairly lucky. The species 8472 bioship spawned in the same system that I'm running in. Run it with the mod and then do repair. It works, no zoom, but it's better. Good evening, Retro Free. How are you doing tonight? Scammed the system. Technically not first, but first redemption, so it counts. Yeah, I haven't had to repair my game at all yet. I'm very curious to see what comes with Thursday's maintenance update. I don't know if that maintenance is 100% server side for incursions. Oh, that's right. I heard mixed opinions about... No. My arena... No, that's arena. War room. Yeah, it looks like our war room just started. I was gonna check my 719 account too. Okay, that war room is open too. That's interesting. Yeah, I'll have to go send them a ship out for some isogen. I think as soon as this gas miner frees up, I'll go send that down to territory. So I took a couple stabs at doing species 8472 during my lunch break today. I was not able to kill them in one shot. I was basically two-shotting the 71s. I was taking about, I don't know what that is, 85% hull. Did a couple of different crew strategies. Everything I kind of made adjustments for ended up with about the same result. So I'm gonna try doing this. Last time I went back and looked at my video from the last time that we did these, and I was running Cerritos boost, so I'm guessing that's kind of the same thing here. I am running into the 10 round limit with them, so I'm guessing that there's a little bit of damage increase that I'm getting off of the Cerritos that I need. I haven't seen if this works yet. Do them in 3 rounds with no damage. Okay, that did not work any better. They changed some things very significantly with this setup. I should have double checked. I'm pretty sure that these ones are about 3 times the strength of what the last ones were. So I may end up having to bounce down to the 70s. '70s aren't bad. Okay, so even with Cerritos boost, it was about the same level of damage. I mean, it may be worthwhile attempting to really lean into throwing damage at him. This one killed me in 8 rounds. So it might not be so much the round limit as it just the combat capabilities. This could be... 8 rounds. I'm losing shield. So when I've been getting into that condition, Rathacon Carol is doing more negative than good. So if we throw out Chapel to put on some ISO damage. I have a feeling this will allow me to get 1 in 1 hull. Unless I'm still losing shield. Okay, I still lost shield. Man, these things are tough. Good evening over on YouTube. Dustin, how are you doing tonight? Ferengi Energy Whip to level 7. Damn, that's moving fast. So level 70 ship gets 24 million points. Level 77 is about 2.5 times that. Wish these events paid out better materials than it costs to get them done. Yeah, at some point, there's like a punch down thing that's gonna have to happen here. No matter of how far down it pays off. It looks like the 68s is about 200 hostiles. If I could send the Dauntless after him, it might not be that big of a deal. Good evening, Big Booty Banga. How are you? Really got 0 facts for these. Well, the artifact seems worth it. Now we have a guaranteed chance. So there's a guaranteed chance at the artifact, so I think it's probably now worth it. Placed 4th in the server for the tier bracket. Whip made a difference. Oh, I wish I could feel like the Flat Rush event was worth pushing for. It's been a long time since I felt it was worth pushing for. So if I'm still losing shield, I may want to use Kim. And then if I still lose shield, then I'll have to switch over to Chang. Same effect. That's amazing how it doesn't change. I use Cerritos boost, I can kill 67s. I had a really easy time with them last time. I do have V'ger Leia. Using her. In what role? What role are you using her in? As a bridge officer, below deck. I don't think crit damage is where I need my help currently. Crit damage is where I will need help, but I don't think that's the spot that I need to overcome right now. Because right now, shields is where I'm losing. I need to maintain shield. As soon as I start maintaining shields, I can start tweaking the other officers. And it's probably going to be a matter of dropping Suitor and adding in like anti-Picard or something. Well, it's critical damage. Critical damage is good because that gets amplified with Hull Breach and Isolytic. I mean, that gets a factor of multiplicative increases. If you have the below deck slots to add that in there, it really makes a difference. I don't think I have the below deck slots to play with for it right now. Oh, that's so close. Okay, so shield still went down. We did hit the 10 round limit. Is that just a false thing from just getting that big shot at the end? No, because I was dying in 9 rounds with the shield down. Okay. So the shield may not actually be that big of an issue. No, the shield is that big of an issue. It's probably one of those things where I'm up against the wall with the surge research again. This guy just killed all the 71s. I was wondering if this was gonna be one of those things where it's like a G6 versus a G7 71. Maybe there was a cross carryover. Yeah, see, like you're in a big crit build. I don't think I can do a crit build against these. But the pushing in the game to op sub versus old school longtime players is still a massive gap on mats and research. This is also a matter of hostiles being out of reach for normal players within their correct ops range too, though. Because these 71s are leaps and bounds in strength above what would be expected for normal 71s.
Took a break from killing them too many. Yeah, it's gonna be tricky. Luckily, they popped in the system I was already housed in, so like I don't have to move base or anything to attack them. You knew that you were not gonna be able to do the features until Velox was tier 9. I mean, it's gonna be fine to punch down a little bit here, I think. I mean, am I gonna push myself to kill 5 of the 70s, or am I gonna go ahead and do 12 of the 5 of the 71s, or am I just gonna go ahead and do 12 of the 70s? You know, like having that amount of effort, you know, 3 hulls worth of hitting, that's not bad. It's also at that point where that's that surge research. If I get that surge research done, easy peasy lemon squeezy. But these, when we faced these last time, I only had 2 below deck slots. My vengeance was tier 2. These were significantly easier last time. Well, I understand G7 and G6 is a 9-day difference, but last time doing these G7 ones was not very difficult. They made him significantly stronger. Like I went from being able to kill, I would guess like 5 or 6 of them, to barely able to kill 1. We don't have to listen to that. Mute. It was in a different system. But this is from the last time that these were about. I mean, that one hostile barely even took any hull off of my ship. I mean, I was taking 10 to 15 of them down at a time. You know, like that's a significant change in the way that these are set up. And this crew, let's see if I got it here. It was the Janeway Seska Suitor. I swapped over to my main. I was using Janeway Seska Suitor with Balana and Pick Q. Like, those are the only officers slots that I had open below deck. Did I have did I do a Cerritos boost? Yeah, I had a Cerritos boost. That's not even one. Like, that's ridiculous. Good evening, Dark Tree. How you doing tonight? Like, that's a significant difference in strength of the enemies. Now, something could be said. I did have extra officers assigned to those below deck slots. So there's a possibility that they could have added some additional strength to the ship. I don't know if they've ever patched that bug or not, but I'm gonna run out of Cerritos boosting before I even get this well tested. Where did my ship go? My ship my ship just randomly instantly warped out of system? Or did I pulled it out with the disco, didn't I? Not too good, got a stomach bug. I'm sorry to hear that. There's at least one guy at work that's been out the last 2 days too. He had stomach flu going around over in his household. I discoed myself out of the system. Yeah, the 71s I can't do. 70s I can do all day. Doing the Revenant Armadas? Any particular purpose? Is there an event or something that... And running random group solos. Y'all are both kind of taking a break from the V'gers. I don't blame you. I mean, that gets pretty frustrating. Where do I have the freaking... Okay, Disco's down in regular V'ger space. I'm ready to accept the Excelsior. The lines don't seem to want to show up. I would be able to at least get the one leg filled if I started one right now. I might have a little bit of a problem getting all 3 legs going, but I'd be willing to bet that I could get 2. Even though they just ran a bunch the other day. But I'm gonna wait till after incursions to run that stuff. Or during incursions, depends how slow it is. Okay. And our war room is done. I have a player that renamed themselves to Cottonwood. Another to Cottontail. Just thieves of the name. Same percentage. That's a crazy amount of shenanigans. Looks like it. That's okay. I got my name saved in 2 spots. We actually used to have a Mr. Cottontail on this server. When I first started. And they were a major griefer. I set my name to Cottontail 86 and I was getting blown up left and right because people thought that I was that person. So I ended up switching my game name to Lord Pete. And then after Mr. Cottontail had been out of the game for a few years, I switched it back to Cottontail 86. Then every once in a while I was getting PMs from people like, Are you that other Cottontail? Are you that old Cottontail that used to blow shit up everywhere? Like, no, it's not me. That's not the one. This one. Sure it was you. No, I swear to God it was not. I mean, maybe before Rose started, I was pretty free on hitting things. But after Roe got established, then it's been civil. But I can't speak about how it was before then. Because we used to have to fight for the nodes. Like, if you wanted to mine, you were fighting to have a mining spot. I still can't believe the drop off between G6 and G7 or 70s and 71s. I'm pretty sure that this 70
is what the 71s were last time. Mergers messes things up for about 3 months till every time their cost bases get zeroed. Yeah, I am not too surprised. My alliance on 719's at war with 2 different alliances right now. But server role's only been in place for like, I want to say not even 2 weeks yet. I mean, the server's like, I don't know what it is, 5 weeks old, 6 weeks old. Yeah, the beginning of February. It opened at the beginning of February. Yeah, I was the 3rd account on the server. One of the other people on the server is a freaking whale. He went to 50 like day 3. He's like heading for 39 and he's like, oh, it looks like the cap on this thing might be above 39. I'm like, well, it's probably 50 then, but there's only one way to find out. Next thing I know, whoop, he found out. I don't know if it's that alliance that we're having one of our wars with, but it's one of the whale alliances that other people have described it as the whale alliance. Number 1 power. But I don't know how much power consolidation they've had yet. It's really interesting kind of sitting back and watching people's progressions. And the alliance actually has a lot of people that are new to the game. You're waiting for server 710 for a merge or for the for the incursions. I think they have incursions this week. I'm pretty sure I saw 710 was on incursions. 719's on a buy, but I don't think that's surprising. 705 again. Yeah, for some reason in my head I'm thinking 710 was at after 706 or something. But I don't even know if they have the G5 Ascension yet. I feel like they're still G4 locked on 710. Or is it that they have G5 and they're not G6 unlocked yet? Or am I getting... I don't remember what all the servers are anymore. I might be getting 710 confused with like 716 or something. This event is interesting. Head whales quit. Yeah. I mean, I probably would have put the game down and picked it back up afterwards. I mean,
But I would have approached it with pretty realistic understanding that, you know, like they can't unlock it for 2 people, you know, or even 10 people. 10 people is a little bit low for trying to do something like that. I mean, like they would have to have a significant amount of people that are ready to go. I mean, that's most of it. Like another hull. It's kind of disappointing to have to do 70s for this, but it's not unrealistic. Yeah. I'm curious now. I don't know if I have. That's the only bad thing about the community mod is that I have it set up so that it shows the cargo. It doesn't show the strength. But I can see that it had 308k. It's got 290k now. $275. Yeah,
Here's
they
a thoughtful
they
rough
adjusted the
description.
levels.
Community mods are like seasoning for your game just the right. Dash turns a bland noodle into a spicy fiesta. 2 new virtual worlds needed a little digital salsa.
Good evening, Yorg, and good evening, Wrath of Butter Pecan. They replaced the 70s, or they turned the 71s into 70s, and they must have turned the 72s into 71s. I don't know if I have anything that shows a battle log. But that's been a thing in the community mod for a long time. And there's a hotkey to toggle that off and on. If you do Alt 4, that'll toggle for the hostiles. I think Alt 3 toggles for stations and Alt 2 toggles for armadas. I feel like if we see one of the battle logs, it's going to show that it's 800 billion power. If we ever get to one. Please let us get to one. What was that one? Pass points. Milestones. It was about the same number of points last time. Do I ever get into the logs at all? That would come so much in handy right now. There we go. 1.38 trillion. So that number might not be different. No, that is higher. They were 1.38 trillion last time. They're 2.44 trillion this time. So they're like 80% higher. My Clipper charged up and they're going back away in 15. Them buggers made these significantly higher. Because they were about halfway between the 70 and the 71. No, rare gas is Taco Bell. Sell my soul for rare gas. Down alert of the day has been requested. You have not met the required parameters because the required parameter says that it can't be the same as the day before. So denied. It does say that. Lupin 72 today in the treasury only had 25% steel needed just for the academy. I think that it's pretty realistic that the treasury... I think that it's pretty realistic that the treasury should be able to give you what you need for one building level. Like, there's no reason that you shouldn't be able to get one entire building level off of it. That R&D is even worse. I believe that. I believe that. I need like, what the hell was it? So something like 9 trillion? Oh, the 72 Academy and 72 R&D. I was on the phone doing tech support during half of Loop's stream. You get ops 10 to 11 for the treasury. I guess I haven't looked to see what kind of a treasury it is. So it is a building treasury.
Yeah, if it's not enough to give you one entire building, that's falling short. I mean, that's very generous on officer shards, though. Very generous on officer shards. So that's probably why that doesn't pay a lot of par steel. Because it's probably like half the par steel that it normally would be. One does not need Gold Ducat. One does not need S&W Scotty. I'm on board with Sulu, and I'm definitely on board with Carol. Yeah, but one does not need the PvP. I need it. I mean, it's a good point. If it's getting you to rank up one of them officers, I mean, I categorize that towards the side of need. Obviously, like, my Gold Ducat's not going to move the goalpost for me. It's already ranked 2. I think. I assume, because 200 shards. S&W Scotty, kind of the same thing. Like, he's okay. Yeah, Sulu I'm kind of hit or miss on anyways. I think it's just if you go 3 ships deep on outposts, he's nice to be able to have. But Carol's in my good everyday crew loadout right now. Never know when Wrath flies by. He was flying around here earlier. No, that was in the other system. He was flying around in this system killing hostiles earlier. Yeah, the war room. No, it was in the gas and ore mining system with just the faction hostiles in the margins. You were flying around whacking the faction hostiles. I'm gonna swap this back to Rathacon Carol. And I'm gonna go kill my G7 dailies. Well, I'll let that system reset and go back to 70s Bond. Oh, the Maverick solo task? Okay, that makes sense. This server needs to do come to RTC to never shield. There's a lot of people that are happy with the the no rating scoring for incursions just for that reason. Yeah, I don't know how many of those 60% people are actually online or have the game open though. I know there's a lot of people that like to leave the game open. You like set the tablet down next to him on the couch or whatever. What is the Maverick task key for? Whatever you want it to be for. Any of the solo tasks. I think there's 3 different solo tasks you can choose from, so whichever the one that you want to pick for the week. It's kind of like the tickets. You get to pick 3. You get 1 ticket and you get to pick 3. Same kind of concept. Did I mention yesterday that I taught Wrath something? Hello on YouTube. I'm gonna say Matija Miscullen. How are you doing tonight? I'm a little disappointed that I'm gonna have to be punching down a little bit. Fine, how about you? Doing the species 8472. The Q, the V'ger 8472. Finding that they increased the strength by about, what would that be? 60% over last run. At least by raw numbers. I got Quantum Slipstream on my Vengeance. Again, when I get to that point of just getting that surge research done, that's gonna make a difference. The 1 tier on the Vengeance is gonna open up another below deck slot. Like, a lot of things are so close. That was dirty of them to do that. I kind of understand why they did that, because giving everybody a 100% chance at the artifact, I think that they want to avoid people being able to just straight up grind it out real easy. I assume that's the thought process behind it. Not saying it's right or it's wrong. Now that I applied that isolytic damage exocomp back up to the 17 hostiles that I was getting before. So I'm feeling a little bit better about the prospects of jumping to 72. Which chat froze? Oh. I know my one of my web browsers was doing something kind of goofy today, kind of like that too. Like it wasn't letting me click into it and interact with the window right. It was kind of weird. It also did it like the same thing. My game kind of froze out. Like, I don't know if you've ever interacted with the game where like it acts like you opened up a menu on the game and it won't let you actually click on the map. And most of the time, like, I can get around that. Like, if somebody's got a I got the chat bar up on the left side with the alliance chat. And a lot of times if somebody's linked to location in chat, you can just click on that and it'll take the focus out to the galaxy map and open that up. And it'll let you get back into a state where you can interact with the game. That kind of closes whatever transparent overlay had popped up. Ops 40 now, bunch of new stuff I wish I knew before. Ops 40 is opening up a lot of things. Because Ops 40 is technically... Ops 40 is technically G4. That changes a lot of the game. Need my head to explode with blood all over the screen when that happens. It's already rigged across. It's already rigged access to the artifact. You don't need to make the ships harder to kill. I understand that too. Like I said, I'm not saying that it's right that they did it, but I can understand if that's why they did it. They always have some sense of balance, even if it may not be realistic sense of what the balance is. They're usually aiming for something, even if they miss the mark with it. Which they do fairly often. Like, their perceived value of something doesn't always match up with what our value of that same thing is. I mean, just look at some of those like alliance events that were paying out like 2,600 galactic recruit tokens. How many weapon slots does Defiant have? Probably 2. Maybe 3. If I had to guess, it was only 2 though. I think it falls under the G3 firing patterns or whatever. Weapons arrangements. I had to live with my D4, but it's the weakest of the G4 ships. I wouldn't say that the D4 is the weakest of the ships. It's got the softest shields. So it makes its abilities a little bit limited. It's all about laying down damage.
Yeah, it's got a funky firing pattern. You're not wrong. But, I mean, that also falls into the G3 ship rule. The firing pattern is a little funky. But if you can play off of the crit damage and stuff with it, you can have that combat go fairly short. Lay down heavy damage in short bursts. That's kind of the goal with a ship like that. Ghana Harrison can one-shot a D4 with a handheld weapon, enough said. Yeah, there were some really interesting loadouts that you used to be able to do with the Saladin. No, we don't need to worry about that. I forgot that counts for the V'ger ships. Doing the 8472s. How did I get my faction dailies? Oh, that's because I'm getting double credit. I'm getting double credit. I keep on forgetting about that. I keep on forgetting that I'm punching up and getting extra credit for them. Fine has 201 one kinetic. Okay, so it does have 3. Use Pike Moreau Chen on everything. And as long as you can get away with it, keep on doing that. Right until you hit the hostile limit with them. I think you can do that all the way up till 51s. I don't remember if it's 51s or 61s. At a certain point, it kind of pays to switch off to S&W Pike and get them in for a crew. But Pike Moreau Chen, nothing wrong with that as long as you can carry it. 51s, okay. And then it's... And then, it's Chen that picks up after 51. Pike goes until 71, right? Pike Moreau works till 71. It's just Chen that quits working at 51. Because I used Pike Moreau data for a while there. Yeah, I'm sure Talon and Cap too. There's a couple others that work into there. Yeah, S&W. Yeah, because the what's the dude's name? Hammer. Hammer really helps with all that extra mitigation. Makes a huge difference for punching up against ships like that. And then just Pike's ability to change the way that the shields work. It all adds up big time. Okay, V'ger. I need to go do the regular V'ger stuff so I get that done before reset. Which today is Gorn. I think Gorn does require crew change. No? Yeah. This time summoning the vengeance is helpful. Alright, so we will take the enhance buff. And then I guess I'm gonna go after 72s again. Just for S and Gs. Silent and Orion get different crew. Gorn is basic. I don't remember why I had it set up that way, but I figured I'd just roll with it just to make sure that I cover it. Can I use SNW and Mirror Space on transports? Absolutely. There's some other crews that kind of help, that can help, but that is definitely a great place to start off with. Have a good night, Tin Man. Thanks for stopping by. I still gotta reset that Excelsior crew. Okay, that's not bad. I was afraid that was gonna hurt a little bit. Hammer Time is the only SNW I use for mirror surveys with the Dauntless. Is Tuesday order day? That way you can have them for the weekend. Is that strategy? Nice. Do you order them out of a catalog, or do you order them at like your local smoke shop? I know my boss is a little bit of an aficionado. I was wondering if you order them out of a smoke shop, or if you order them out of a catalog. Thompson cigar. Was that 4 or was that 5? That was only 4. That went down even more. I was normally doing 4 hostels in one haul with those, and now I did 3. Ordered 2 different boxes of cigars today. One of them 24 cigars and 189. Exact one most people sell for 250. That's a pretty good deal then. So they're like the Costco for cigars. Well, that's not a good sign. I always find a promo code for free shipping and they get here so fast. Nice. I don't know, I had a window sound of some sort. Here in Croatia, Cuban cigars are $15 US per piece. You get 12 cigars in one pack. Might not be too much longer, and Cuban cigars are going to be cheaper here. Problem with Cuban cigars is all the old timers that used to roll them are dead, and most of the kids didn't get it passed down to them, so the cigars are nowhere what they used to be 20 years ago. I absolutely believe that. Like, a lot of that hands-on kind of stuff is a very underappreciated and lost art. They switching tobacco plantations over to sugarcane. That makes a lot of sense too. Sugar is something that's definitely a high agricultural value. I don't know if I'm gonna actually go for this heroic. If the system only populated, like if there was a system that only populated with 70s, it'd probably be worth it, but having to wait for 70s to respawn is gonna make that tough. Yeah, that'll definitely take forever. Like, I'll have to chip away at it during work tomorrow or something, maybe. There's something where I can set the Kirshara and pick it up every like half hour or something and just set the Kirshara once. Because I'm housed in that system anyways. Alright, I gotta look at Coda. I have not paid attention to that yet. So today is building upgrade day. Which is what I was hoping for. And we should have the Vengeance event. Also taking that. Perfect. So I can finally do my building, or finally do my warp dive bar. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it to 20 yet. I can get it to 19. I did my recon locus to 59 earlier. I forgot about that. Oh, I did not mean to actually speed that up. Oh, no, that was the one I wanted to speed up. Okay. All right, warp dive bar going to 19. That might even be enough to finish that coda milestones off. Ops 40, but I don't have the V'ger event. I see the event store though. Yeah, I don't think that one kicks in until 51. Yeah, that building's definitely worthwhile to get to level 20. I wasn't going to touch it until I could get it to 20, but I want to definitely use the points today because they're going to come in handy. They're going to count for this event. They're going to count for the leaderboard. And then they're going to count for the vengeance event. See, I've almost got half of one of my milestones on the vengeance event just off of holding that building. And then I'll get another 23, which isn't going to be enough to do anything with. But it'll be a couple more days and I can get that up to 20 finally. This observatory. I can get it up to 20. I don't know if I get 300 in a pull. If I get 300 in a pull, then I get an extra level out of it. It's kind of why how I've been changing my strategy in this game as these events have been evolving. Is I'm holding on to these materials up until the point that it gets me a milestone on the building. And then once that milestone is achievable, I can look at the events that are, laid out before us and see if there's anything worth waiting for. Like some of these newest buildings, they score for getting vengeance parts. So I can wait till the vengeance event pops up, use it for that. That way I don't have to spend too many materials in it. But like I took the observation building to level 30 because that got me a milestone of getting my challenge track upgraded to the tier 3 gift or the tier 3 track. So I've just been holding on to the credits since then, and it would technically be, like level 40 would be the next area that I would be aiming for. But being as I can pay this into a couple of different events and be able to get milestones out of it, I'll probably spend the stuff for it. Ice Force is using Ducat Garrick Billups to kill Species 8472. The question is it working? Because if it's working, I guess you really can't say too much. I'm guessing that's like with one of the 73 uncommon chips.
And killing the 72s. I mean, I wouldn't do it that way, but... Alright, what other scoring mechanic do we have here? Look like there's a lot of buildings that were listed. Exotic Experience, Signal Observatory, Outpost Control Center, Recon Locust Transigen Forge. So Transigen Forge and the Recon Locust I can take up higher still. Because now that I have it at 60, I can take it to 61. Oh, it didn't update this description yet. Does it upgrade these percentages? No, you have to take it up to 60 first. No, it is at 60. That's interesting. All right, so that finishes off that event. Gives me Ferengi tokens, 10 officer shards. I see the larger players all the time using Armada crews to grind. It depends on the Armada crew, but I mean, at some point the ship does all the work. It doesn't matter what the officer killed a couple and died. Yeah. Then that's not really worth it. They said a 76 ghosted today. What do you mean by ghosted? Like they had their account archived? Or just disappeared off of the... STFC.pro? So, like, other people couldn't see this, like, we went from 576s to 476s? Or, like, the 76 was attempting to log in, and they couldn't log in because they couldn't access their account? That's two very different things. There are not that many people that have gone in on this event. I mean, there's 376s right now. Are they saying that it went from 4 to 3? Like, I don't understand.
So it went from 4 to 3 then. Yeah, they probably just had their account archived. That's not terribly uncommon. If they're gonna go out of country for a while, or if they're gonna be in a way that they might not access their account. They might have their CM or have their account archived. I don't know. Nobody's really obligated to say, "Hey, I'm gonna disappear for a week or 2 or a month or whatever." Maybe they're a secret agent and they're going to do some kind of secret agent stuff and they couldn't say anything about it.
Here's a thought for Wrath of Butterpkin. LVL76 player quits the $1 million game account like it's a bad date. It's not you. It's my sleep schedule. Guess some pixels aren't worth sleepless nights and empty snacks.
The military and got called up, yeah, definitely. I don't know how much I believe you can only do it once. Yeah. I mean, I understand, like, they're not gonna want people to make a habit out of it, but I mean, if it's the #1 spender in the game, I mean, yeah, are they're really gonna say no? Like some of them people that are on the upper echelons of the game, like they have a very significant impact on things. If you say no, Wrath, you might get a pass. You never know. That might have more sway than you give it credit to. I can't. What does this event even pay off? So this event doesn't really pay off a lot. But I'm really surprised that there's not that many people in there. How do you get Sigma resources? Once you get to level 61, everything basically turns over to Sigma. So you're required to use a G6 ship to mine it. And for raiding, you need a G6 ship to raid it. I think my biggest fan is Mini Loston. Are you saying Loston's daughter? I know, I was in there the one night she was trying to get him to go make food, so like I was pumping up like all the things I could to make it emphasize that it was time for him to go make dinner. That was actually a lot of fun that night. But I can imagine some of those clips.
That's awesome. Thank you, Machid. I'm gonna try it again. Matija Muscullen. Thank you for stopping by, and I appreciate that. Have a good night as well. This is also helping towards domination. I'm kind of excited for that. Because domination is one of the ones that I don't have troubles doing it, but the only way that I can really do it is like with the ship XP or officer XP. I can't typically do it with buildings. So we have Transigen Refinery. And the Outpost Control Center. Feels so good to be able to spend these. I'm glad I have some of it. Feels like it's taking years to max Seska. I hear you, and I'm getting so close. I'm getting so close. I'm like 52 shards away. So like 2 days. I was gonna say she wasn't in the officer depot. The only spot that I know to get her from is either event or DTI store. There might have been some limited shards, like one-time pull things in some spots, but where's the level 70 system at to kill the new hostiles? It is right next to the margins entrance, or to the Veil entrance in the margins. It's Kitmore. So it's the one that's right before the one you did the Ascension missions in. Because last run it was in Pobble K, but now it's in this system before it. Which is what happens to be where I'm housed. Because that gives me access for most of the things to be able to get into the general space. The only thing I think is really warp locked from being able to get down is the Excelsior right now. Max from GTI long ago. I didn't put a lot of focus onto her. I was focusing on some of the artifacts and stuff more. I should have put more focus on her. Also, if I actually joined the Krenim formations, I would have probably been able to get her maxed a long time ago, but I never end up joining the Krenim formations. It's extremely rare. Did I collect the V'ger stuff? No, I better do that before I forget. Damn, that's why I have so many directives. Definitely good. Collect that. I was kind of hoping tonight was going to be Outpost night. I don't know how many points go into the Signal Observatory. No, that's not enough. I need like 300 to do another level. But being able to just knock away some of these specialty buildings, none of them are like an impactful level that are making any significant changes to anything, but
That one only gets 1 level. But it's all points. It's all points. Let's see, this one needs another 119. Not gonna get that tonight. So the SLB scores off of materials. I don't think I have anything that takes G5 or G6. Wow. I take that back. I have some that take G6, but I'm not going to spend G6 rare. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting the par steal efficiency out of it that I can. Let's see, all these things are a 69. And they take rare gas, and I don't want to short myself on research. That takes common. I don't know why that takes common. Yeah, I don't want to short myself on rare ore either. That also takes common. Common 7-star. None of this other stuff takes any materials, so I can't score off of that for the buildings. The rare crystal may be justifiable. So I think I'll have to wait until tomorrow. We get specialty research tomorrow. We do. So I can start doing the Maverick research tomorrow. That'll work out perfectly. So tomorrow, I'm going to finish off my G6 research. Starting on my Surge research. Start the Maverick research. Spend all the premium Mirror Universe dust I just got out of the Alliance Tournament store. I got a bunch of Pioneers crests to spend, and I should have some aggregation smuggled studies to spend. I'm gonna kill tomorrow's leaderboard. Make sure every research and buildings go to upgrade to 70 before falling into G7. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. There's such a big increase from 70 to 71 that it is completely worthwhile to push and go to 71. You increase everything by like a factor of 3 as far as what your resources that you make. It's way easier to catch up by being behind for a couple of weeks at 71 than it is to sit at 70 and collect things at a slower rate. It's so worth it. Like if you're sitting at 69 and you know you have to sit a little bit at 70 to be able to get there, like it's really worth progressing and getting as much of that G6 research you're done along the way. Like I skipped
everything that I could get away with skipping and have went back and done it. And it's taken about 2 months to do everything. But most of it wasn't leaving me at a big deficit. Like, everything that I did, even things that were struggles where I was sending multiple ships, having to do 5 or 6 hulls to complete the milestones I needed to do, I was still getting paid more in titanium than I was putting into my ship repairs. See, that's the thing. The G7 economy sucks. But the increase of the G6 economy that you get when you go to G7 makes it worthwhile to be here. Because it's way, way more profitable to sit at 71 than it is to sit at 70. And I would also argue too, I mean, everything that you spend at 70 and 71 can be put towards a vengeance in acquiring the blueprints and acquiring the ship parts. So the more stuff that you put in on 70 and later, I think is all the more to your benefit for your push between 70 and 73. Because right now, I think most people would agree that the vengeance is a very, very, very important stepping stone to go from 70 to 73. Not saying that you need it, but it's going to make your life a lot more enjoyable to have something that you can do some things with at an effective level. You know, especially as we're getting things like outposts and these new Conqueror armadas and whatever other things they're going to introduce that especially require multiple ships. Now, there's been a lot of emphasis on saying that the faction ships are going to have more importance. So I'm a little bit hesitant, like that opinion and advice might change next month. It might change in 2 months. But the way the game sits right now, I feel like the Vengeance is still an important ship. I wish Vengeance had a slightly better firing pattern. It is way better than the regular G6 epics. Way better than the G6 epics. I'm gonna see if I get enough transigent stuff to be able to do another upgrade, possibly. I don't know if any of these specialty buildings were at that point. Oh, I unlocked all the new stuff on this tonight too. I forgot about that. So I gotta go through and set up this stuff for the rare aggregation banner. Ooh, I don't even have any of that yet. I haven't had much of an opportunity to attack that stuff because it hasn't been efficient for me. I wonder if that hyperthermic decay...
has been increased enough in an effective way. Put some emphasis on smuggled studies. I don't really care about prototype tech right now, especially the uncommon stuff. I don't think a lot of the prototype tech is terribly worth it. Not right now, not immediately. No, we're not going to take a break. Okay. I don't think we got anything extra to go off of those buildings at all. And I think my refine for anything in the Maverick store is going to leave me out for a little bit. That stuff's up in about 15 minutes. So that's about as far as Coda's going to push. So Exotic Spirits, I did that. Signal Observatory, I did that. Outpost Control Center, I did that. Recon Locus, I pushed that. Transigen Forge, I pushed. Syndicate and Faction. I can spend Wrath credits and Maverick credits still.
Yo, we see that for the names. Jack flying like a game.
That's a rage.
Folks rolling in, whole squad is same. Pulled up to the buddy domain. Let's go.
Major Samo.
Welcome to the show. Hey, hot and tails live, let the good vibes flow. Rated train crazy, watch the numbers grow. Drop your emotes, let the whole chat know. Welcome Raiders, hey.
Welcome in, Raiders. Major Samo, you never get an opportunity to raid me because I always get done before you. That's such an honor. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Cottontail, if you have not had a chance to meet me before. I am level 71 on server 34 in the US, and I also do a little bit of Star Trek Fleet Command streaming. Ball and flipping raid song. Thank you, I appreciate that.
Probably has a secret talent for turning coffee into strategic genius on sip, and chaos turns into order like magic.
There's a secret talent for turning coffee into strategic genius. One sip, and chaos turns into order like magic. That actually sounds fairly accurate. Or going to Ops 51, how useful is it to have everything leveled up to 50 since that is coming in the next few months? It's definitely worthwhile to kind of have things get caught up, but it's also one of those things, there's a good opportunity to go from 50 to 53 pretty quick. Because that 53 uncommon ship, I think, is something that's usually pretty good. Sam also figured out that the Stargate had 6 symbols and the 7th was the point of origin. I don't even remember enough about Stargate to know how many of the symbols were needed for the Stargate addresses. I don't remember that. I like me the Stargate, but I am not as much of a nerd. Is it 7 and then it goes to the 8th one for the... Okay. I could never remember. So they had the 6 things figured out for the addressing, and then the 7th was the home address for the point of origin. And then yeah, they had to get to the 8th one to be able to get to the other realm or the other universe or whatever. I'm a Stargate nerd. That's good. It's one of my favorite sci-fi shows. It's just been a long time since I've been able to go through. It's always good to think about your plans. Like the way that this game goes, like you're best off to kind of think a couple of months ahead of where you're at, I think.
Because like no matter how much stuff you're doing today, planning for tomorrow sets you up for your greatest chance of success. Because no matter how short-term the game feels, thank you for the follow, Gandorian Knight. No matter how short-term the game feels, there's always a longer-term strategy to aim for, especially when it comes to something like ship blueprints. It generally takes a pretty good effort to accumulate those, because you know, like, you need to have 150, 200, 350, you know, depending on the ship that you're going for, even a 650 to 1,000 once you get up there a little bit. So, you know, like, having those goals set and, you know, like, pinpointing your faction reputation gains with your leveling and trying to make sure those things stay in check really help make the game pleasurable in a long way. Well, that's definitely one of the things. Like, nobody wants to be stuck at a level with too weak of ships, and that's why planning ahead really pays off. It gets to be a little trickier because, you know, like right now, the way that the game is, it's accelerating you through G3, it's accelerating you even through G4 to a point. So, like, once you start getting into that G5 realm, the game starts to slow down a little bit, but that's kind of in a vertical way that the game slows down. It doesn't slow down in its horizontal scope, because you still have a relativity, you still have a revenant, you still have a voyager, you know, you still have an ADX01, you know, like, there's all these side quests. GS31, you know, like, these ships, a lot of these last you all the way up through 50, 60, 70. So a lot of times those side ships are going to be more important to your game longer than the ones that you're dealing with in your factions. Your factions are important for a lot of your day-to-day stuff, but the specialty ships, a lot of them carry depth in the game. So it's also really important to kind of pay attention to those ones, because a lot of those are going to help keep your gameplay going and keep you successful and everything too. Yeah, and you'll find that with a lot of the ships, you know, like, the first 2/3 of their levels are not that impactful in the game. But once you get to that back third, the top third of it, a lot of times they really accelerate and increase at an almost exponential level. And a lot of that happens with those specialty ships too, the way that they're set up. You know, they start off at G3, and then they kind of, you get to a certain level and they're all of a sudden G4. Then you get to a certain tier with them and they're all of a sudden they're G5. And then it does the same thing again. All of a sudden they get to a G6 level, and some of those levels, they will double or triple their power just as you're doing some of the components. And, you know, like, your faction ships are only designed to last you for 5 to 10 levels. Like, your uncommon G5 ship isn't going to really give you a lot of luck in G6. So planning out what you're going to do with that ship along the way really makes the game important. And the more you slow down, the more you camp, and you allow those things to catch up, and you can work on those horizontal aspects of the game. It does give you an opportunity to get that stuff caught up. It's hard to camp, and it's hard to preach to camp. And you can go as high as you want and still catch all that stuff up. But it's hard and it's difficult. I've got an account right now at 21, and I've got my Discovery built, and I've got the Franklin built. And, you know, like, the Franklins,
ops locked on the components for doing the upgrades, and some of the stuff is available in the event stores and stuff, so you're kind of able to push it past where you normally would be able to. So it's kind of easy to keep that rolling along. But the way the power creeps worked with the game, the ships are more powerful than they normally were, so they have a little bit longer game time. Woody, you're doing better with your NT than your Vengeance against the 8472. I mean, that's working with the battle triangle, so that kind of makes sense. I mean, my option is either to use my my Crenshaw or my Vengeance, so it makes more sense for me to use my Vengeance. If it was like the cube or something like that, I think I would have a lot of trouble with the cube. Or maybe even a scimitar. Might be problematic. I'm not 100% sure on that one. But that reminded me to go back and hit some more of these 70s just because it's a quick way to work on that heroic event. Be able to make some points up on it. Okay, I was gonna go and spend some of the Maverick credits. And then I can spend Wrath credits. I'm surprised that the USS Athena and other 30th and 32nd century ships haven't made it in the game. I'm gonna say just wait, because I have a feeling that Athena's not that far off. I wasn't gonna normally spend these on this stuff. I've been kind of saving it, but since the SLB wants us to spend Maverick credits, make progress. And then I can do whatever I can with Wrath credits here. Don't have Vengeance yet, but NT at tier 12 handles the 70s fairly easy. I'm not surprised because my Vengeance is handling them really well. 71s, if I push and I set everything up 100%, I can probably kill one on a hull. I haven't killed one, but like I've had less than 5% hull left on them. So I know they're within grasp. Like running an exocomp, doing a full fort, I could kill it. But what does one do for you? So going down to 70s has been fine. It's just disappointing that they made them that much tougher than they were last time. All right, so research speed to do Cost efficiency of research. Ship parts. Repairs. Repairs is probably a good one. And then augment superhighways. So I'm going to do the repairs first. Sigma reserves repairs. And then the augment ingenuity research. And then that leaves me accelerated insight. I don't have enough epic. Don't have enough epic to do for that. That means I can do some of these officer ones with the rare. NX01, Galaxy Quest, or Symbiosis. Who's in Symbiosis? No, it's Voyager 30th anniversary. I was like, damn, baby. Symbiosis, that's like Torah and what's her face? Yeah. Vale and Torah. That'd be a good one to have a discount on. Galaxy Quest wouldn't be too bad either. I'd probably do both of them. Oh, that was Augment Exile. I don't know if I have enough for both. Retaliation Squad would not be a bad one either. I got some more coming once I upgrade the Reliant too. I don't think I have much left in the NX01. Symbiosis crew is only at tier rank or whatever, the second level. That means the Galaxy Quest crew gets a bigger percentage for the same amount of rare credits. So I think I'm gonna leave that. If I can downgrade just rare and epic that count. I'm not going to downgrade any of my rare, and I'm not going to downgrade my epic tonight to be able to spend more rare. I want to make sure that I have enough to pull the Tantalus field tomorrow. Yeah, rare and epic. Maverick credits, Syndicate XP. Okay, so that's all in on Coda for today. That's all in on Coda for today. Tomorrow, artifacts, prototype forbidden tech, research. I'm so excited for the research one. That should work out so well. Got a good spot on the leaderboard for that. I'm gonna make a killing off of this tomorrow, I think. I spent the exotic experience that I can and the observer story schematics that I can. I'll be able to spend Maverick Periphery, and we'll have additional Maverick credits to spend tomorrow. And then be able to dump a good chunk of G6 uncommon and rare. Might do Breen in the morning. Might let this event go tonight. Ooh. Domination finished. That doesn't have to go. That doesn't have to go. GC Trailblazer started over again.
Here's a thought for $50 tech. If will Wrath tutors $50 tech in Star Trek Fleet Command, expect warp speed wisdom with a side of cosmic sass because even starships need a savvy sensei.
Wisdom with a side of cosmic sass. I think that's a valid description. I think that's a valid description. Wow, bullseye. I didn't realize that bot listened in on the or read the conversations too. Sweet. I think that makes for a great stopping place tonight. I think I'm gonna have to stream tomorrow night too, because I'm too excited about the I'm not Will Wrath. And better than Will Wheaton. I think I'm probably gonna stream tomorrow night, be able to show progress on the 8472 event, progress on Coda, and just finish the things. What do we got live tonight? Got Ultimate DJs doing Star Trek Fleet Command. What are the chances that he's going to be ending soon too? He's in the middle of doing some 8472 things, so. We shall raid out to Ultimate DJs. Until 86 is on. I don't think that counts. Scribbler is coming on in 10 minutes. Well, Scribbler is coming on in 10 minutes. We can wait 10 minutes. Because I can do my Breen. Because I was going to sit here and do that anyways. Hello, Jason V-Neck. I love to you as well, super friend. I need to learn to look through Discord a little bit too before I get ready to stream out or to raid out. I don't know if Scribbler posted something about when she was going to start. Going live in 10 minutes? Okay. Yeah. Could have easily saw that one. Don't you like to run marbles? Run a marbles run or two? We could do that too. Jason V-Neck was told Scribbler was going to be online in 10 minutes and then his stream ended 2 days later. You know, I've heard about this. I wasn't there for like the exact moment. I was at the stream multiple times. You know, there was at least one sleep session involved. All right, we kill STFC. We start marbles. No, that's not the one. That's the one. I was only there to hold the viewers from Austin to give to Scribbler. Oh, let's see. Should we do a race or should we do a battle royale? Probably just a race. I'm gonna pick a 95% death map. Just because. And then we'll play like a normal one. 24 minutes to 26 hours later. Exclamation point play. I forgot that I added that onto my thing. So we got... I haven't changed the... I had the balls set to green for the marble skins. I should change those at some point here to go back to normal colors. So 2 minutes to get your marble in the race. Exclamation point play. That is moving way faster than normal. Holy crap. That thing is flying. This thing is on turbo mode. I was testing, I swapped out data with Picard. Got 15 more kills. Wow. Thank you for the follow, SFC Gamer. I've got... Let's see. 1 minute to get your balls in the race. 1 minute. It's actually Marble Day today, too. Marble Fest is going on right now. So, like, all the points that have been accumulated over the last, like, 5 weeks reset at the end of the week. That's why they pay him the captain bucks. I'm trying to remember... X is the advanced camera. I don't know what the advanced camera does. Oh, that was... Uh-oh. We could do some fancy stuff there, apparently. 15 seconds to get your balls on the track. Exclamation point play. Oh, commands. There are a few different commands. Let's see. 50s in first for a second. Retro Fury is coming out in first. Lord of Scarin in second. Big Booty Banga in third.
G100.
I need to remember to do my Pluto too. It's called a Pluto when you use the bits. I don't have that set up on a thing. Major Samo's in first now. Jason V-Neck right with her. Lord of Scarin. Y'all must have taken different paths. Or y'all right here? Oh, somebody just got yeeted off the track. Lord of Scarin and Major Samo. That thing just yeeted y'all right out of that thing. Retro going by at a normal pace. Right over. It's just everybody just jumping out of the things. It's a high death track, I guess, to be expected. Wrath of Buttercon makes it over the jump. So this right track appears to be the bad side. Wrath of Butterpecan is in the tumbler. The blender. Ooh, Wrath of Butterpecan might have made it through and is underneath just... Oh, so did I. We both made it through. Kinslayer made it through as well. Wrath of Butterpecan coming out first. Kinslayer in second. I love your profile pic. And I died. Wrath of Butterpecan dies. Kinslayer dies. SFC Gamer dead. $50 tech. Where's $50 tech? $50 tech and Mountain Druid are both at the blender. It's up to you two. Can you avoid the certain death? Ooh, Mountain Druid really got yeeted out of there. 50, it's all on you. Any chance of victory is on yours. It's all yours at this moment. We rely on you to redeem us all. You made it through that loop. Can you make it through this blender fine? So far, so good. Now the question is it going to line up with the finish line? It does not. Dead. You died right at the finish line. Nobody won. All dead. All right. Let's do a non-high death track. We'll do a completely random one. This one's 57%. An astounding breezy fall. I didn't win or lose. Yes, nobody did win or lose. The odds get a little better when you have a higher number of contestants for something like that. Why is this sideways? This is confusing. Because normally you go down... Normally you go down these things and then through. Exclamation point play to get your marble on the track. Timer started for a 2-minute countdown. This is one of those ones that has invisible. An invisible track. Like I have a feeling like we're gonna be shot in there. Usually you can see it. Is it just gonna make us... The gravity's just gonna work in a weird way. That is a long ways down too. Holy goodness. What is the record on this track? 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Exclamation play. Not quite claymation. Is that the... Did you... Kinslayer, did you just pick the naked ball?
I don't know if it is purple or not. Or I don't know if that's purple or if that's just a normal skin. They should have all been a shade of green. But I think I just unlocked that 4th slot. I agree, it looks purple, but I think it's just the way that the shading is on this map. Oh, we all did go down there. Come back. Wow, that was like straight through. Major Samo is off to the lead. Big Booty Banga in second. SFC Gamer in third. Jason VNEC in fourth. Two very different paths here. It looks like Major Samo's in first. Thank you for the bits, Retro, to kick off a little chaos. Major Samo is taking a lead. Major Samo died. Big Booty Banga's in first currently. I don't know how Major Samo died. I was just flipping over to her marble. And it went to nothing. This one's only a 50% death map. SFC Gamer maybe slightly ahead. Big Booty Banga is taking back the lead though. SFC Gamer and Big Booty Banga. Where are ya? There is not much of a lip on the edge of this track. Big Booty Banga taking the left route. So is SFC Gamer. Going through the portal. Oh. There we go, Big Booty Banga. We'll follow a little bit here. Through cleanly. SFC Gamer takes the lead. Getting through the obstacle quicker. Pay attention to make sure nobody's getting through on a secret route. SFC Gamer is still on the lead. Significant lead ahead of Big Booty. Lord of Scarin coming in third. Ryan died. Ooh, this is one of those portal maps. SFC Gamer coming through in first. Kinslayer died very close to the finish line. Somehow I ended up coming up into second. Lord of Scarin is coming in second, coming down the slide. Lord of Scarin in second place. Is it one of those things where I'm not really... The rest of us are so far behind. Brocus is... I'm going backwards. I'm going backwards. So is Retro. Big Booty Banga is coming in down the slide for third place. And the rest of us died to the wall of flames. SFC Gamer, so far you're at a good rate. 2 races and 1 win. That's 50% winning percentage. Yay, good job. That wasn't too bad. Did Scribbler pop on yet? Scribbler is on, yes. All right, let's go get started into the Scribbler raid. Thank you for suggesting that, Retro. I don't know why I didn't even consider it. I appreciate that so much. Thanks once again. What is SFC Spaceballs Fleet Command? That would actually be a pretty good thing. Thank you for joining tonight. Like I said, I think I'm going to be live again tomorrow night just to kind of walk through finishing some of the stuff with Coda and continuing the saga against the VG8472. Appreciate everybody's time tonight. A couple new follows. Thank you for the bits, Retro. And thank you for the conversations and the good times. Hope everybody had a fantastic Tuesday, and I hope everyone's Wednesday goes just as well.
So I'm gonna be a lot more mindful to